Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 4105 Southeast Nehalem Street here in Portland. We're located down the basement. I describe everything as if you're in the street facing the front door of the house. We are up against the rear foundation wall, kind of in the gym area. Got a 3-inch ABS cleanout that ties right into a 4-inch cast iron stack. And check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Water is running up ahead. I've got the fixtures down here running. Just transitioned there into ABS plastic. So far, nice clean sewer line with good flow. Impeccably clean. This is how you want your sewer line to look right here. And the main thing that will keep your line clean like this is not putting cooking oil and grease down the pipe. That is what this particular homeowner is doing a very good job of. All right, swapping over to concrete, 6-inch concrete, and then now into 3034 PVC. I'm not sure why that random little section of concrete pipe was left in the ground. And there's the main there at 76 feet. So to kill two birds with one stone here, what I'm going to do, I'm very curious if that concrete pipe it remains on property or if it's in the road. I'm hoping it's in the street. As it sits, it's functioning just fine. It's just, it's older and it will need attention at some point down the road, far, far sooner than any of the rest of this stuff does, like by decades and decades. It was an ideal opportunity when that was getting updated to fix it, but there's usually some reason as to why. Now, while I just turned the water off here, while the line drains out, the pipe we're in right now is out in city territory. It's that little piece of concrete there I'm curious about. Mostly just for your own knowledge sake, knowing whether or not you've got something you need to be keeping an eye on here and there. Anyway, we're going to go locate right here at the transition joint and see where we are at currently. Okay, so where we're sitting at right now, this kind of gives you an idea where the line's routed. It runs in a fairly straight shot overall. Where the line hits the main, or at least where we're sitting at currently, just shy of the main, it lines up pretty nicely with the front door. And where we're currently located there is about 3-4 feet out into the roadway. So that's the mark of a proper, or a good installer, especially in this county. In Multnomah County, face of the curb, the part of the curb that faces out into the road is where the responsibility of the sewer changes to the city. The worst thing in the world, especially with all the street trees we have, is to take that update right to the dividing line, right on the face of the curb. Those transition joints, like you have there going from ABS to PVC or concrete to PVC, they are the weakest joints in your line to root intrusions. So the fact they took that a good 4 feet into the street before the transition is a fabulous thing. If a root ever does find its way through that, it's doing it well into city responsibility. That's the mark of a good installer. All right, all the ABS looks great. All the updated pipe here. And the cast iron so far is looking quite nice too. There's very little wear and tear on the flow line. A little bit of roughness to it, but considering the era of this pipe, it's held up very nicely. It's clean, it drains off beautifully, and it's superbly clean. So anyway, if you're unfamiliar with how to mitigate grease buildup, that's the number one thing that gunks pipe up. Obviously wipes, paper towels, flushable wipes, things like that can gunk your pipe up too, but cooking oil and grease is the main culprit to a lot of further buildup on top of it, and blockages too. You want to wipe your pans out with a paper towel. After the pan cools down, pour the grease into a jar. Something of that nature, just don't want it going down the line. You can keep your line nice and clean like that. And it really helps to mitigate the occasional times where something improper does go down the line. That's where grease is especially problematic, is when someone does accidentally put, or purposefully, puts paper towels or something down the pipe. You don't have all that gunk in the way, and it allows those items to flow out of the line easier. Anyhow, great line there, good flow end to end. The cast iron's in good shape for its age and intact. ABS pipe's in great shape. Everything beyond that functions very nicely too, but it's in city responsibility. Sewer line is functioning properly at this time.